103. Thank you, Indy Leo. How are you today? Okay. We have 4 keys and 4 gems, which is not an auspicious start for what we were thinking about doing. Let's... We don't have the Shrine Blessing or anything like that, so let's just start drafting. See if we can get ourselves an observatory on the quick side. There we go. Okay, let's see what's in here. There. I'll hold off on everything else. Security. We'll do Nook and not pick up anything. Of all the things I don't want to see today, weight room is one, because I may need the steps. We'll just do kitchen, get rid of another gem. Great Hall, perfect. 7 locked doors. Had to go do a job. What sort of a job? Okay, that's the way through. Not picking up the coins. Just try this one. That's the way through there. And then I just need to draft anything that costs 1 gem. Lucky you. Nursery will do it. No keys, although I could actually take the key and use it in the Great Hall. So. Yeah. Coins, which I'm not going to grab. Do I want to get the antechamber lever? Just got that. But honestly, antechamber is, as far as I'm concerned, a pretty low priority, to be honest. What did we get? I just want to see. Sleeping mask and magnifying glass. Okay, we're not going to take any of that. Alright, well, we might as well draft a little bit while we're waiting. See if we can find some stuff. You know, find some stuff with clocks to help tell me what time it is. I'll go ahead and solve this, because it takes a while to get to 1:30. We're waiting for 1:30 to see if we can, if something happens. Okay, hang on. 3rd of 10 is like 3.5. But then times 3 is back to 10, essentially. Squared is 100. -1 is 99, divided by 11 is 9. Yeah, and we don't grab anything. Keys? Yeah, waiting simulator. I could pick up money and then just use the chapel to get rid of it, which is kind of cute. But I'm not going to bother with that. Okay. Cool. Dead ends. It's fine. Grab the study. Yeah, actually drafting was probably not a smart choice, but it's okay. Yeah, but that is not the goal today. This is the goal today. Which is going to take a while, sadly. That's what happens when you have no gems. You can't take the right options, you know? While I'm here, our last password was actually not more, but who are the other people's names we got? While we wait. You know? There we go. Okay, so only Lee Bo is still in here. Only Lee Bo is still in here. No, that's trophy data. Yeah, Bo Lee. It's just because of the way the frame, the syntax is. Lieb. Try HOUNU, but if PROVC was already deleted. That comma is so bad. Are they a believer? I am interested about the schoolhouse to see if there's anything I missed there. We'll try this other one, but I don't think it'll work. Yeah. Only Bo Lee is still in there of those three, which is interesting. All right, let's... go here. Just want to make sure I see how this... The Morajai boxes in there, not really. Those were actually much easier than the other ones. Yeah, I finished all of them in probably about, like, all of them combined, probably about 5 to 10 minutes. These were among the easiest ones, actually. The hardest one is still the one in the Fen-Ares room. Oh, interesting. They're reset. Good thing I took a picture of all of them. Doesn't look like they've changed, though. The puzzles are the same. I didn't expect them to reset, though. I figured once you opened them, they'd be there. But yeah, okay, we can always get back down here. But unless, I mean, I could just solve them again to see if there's anything different in them. I doubt there is. Like, why would there be different stuff in them, right? What do I need to do? I need to do that. That. No, hang on. There we go. Yeah, these are the same. So I can just brain tease because you know, I'm assuming nothing will change. It's not like I have to be like. It just says, essentially, come down here when there's a Southern Cross in the sky at 1:30 and have nothing in your inventory. Is basically what it told me. And if that's not it, then I'm going to be a little flummoxed. But, you know, this game is more than a little flummoxing. At times. I don't remember what I did here. Let's see. We have to drop one of these down in order to turn this one. You're hoping for 8 allowance tokens? No. Definitely not. And if I put that there, or there, that'll do it. Okay, then if I drop one of these down here, yeah, that's what I do. And then I can flip this to be like that, to flip that, to be that. I'm just doing this again. Alright, what was my thing here? I have to flip this around to be able to drop that, to then flip these around to flip that. Then I can flip those around. Hang on. How did I do this last time? That'll work. Peak Blueprints gameplay. Fussing around with little boxes. Part of me wants to go back up and make sure, but... Actually, let me do that. Let me go back up, because it's early enough it won't have gotten anywhere near. And then I can, like, set a little timer for myself. It won't be anywhere near 1:30. Yeah, I can just set a timer for myself. Yeah, we're still at like 10 o'clock. Okay. So... when it gets to 10:30, that'll be 24 minutes, approximately. That's, you know, so it's about 22 minutes from now. So every 15 minutes of time there should be about 2 minutes real time. This was not on my, like, on the radar for me when I started playing today, but it just occurred to me as I was thinking about things to do with the chess puzzle. Plenty of time for my daily Wordle and Dueling. That's true. I actually have not done my Wordle today. Okay, so what do we remember? Orange flips to whatever's the most near it. Yellow goes up. Means I have to turn I have to do one of these here. Yeah, in order to get that to work. There we go. That'll turn that black. Then, if I put this yellow one up there, I can turn that one to black. Oh, just for funsies. Okay. This one I need to... I need to, like, flip the pink one down, rotate that to there to flip that to black. Then I can do that. I could flip this back, actually. Flip those, turn that black. Flip this back. Oh, I have these slightly off, don't I? There we go. And then there. Okay. All right. Purple goes down. I think I actually wanted that. Because then I can do like, put this one in the middle. Swap those. No. Flip those and put that there so that turns black. And I've got two black ones there. Now if I do that one there. Swap. Swap. That can turn that one black. Can swap this back. No, I want those flipped. Those flipped. Those. Okay. Alright, this one I had to turn one of the oranges into something else, I think, right? I was like... This one was the trickiest one, if I remember right. I had to like turn one of them purple or something. So I could flip, drop, no, that wasn't right. Let's see if I did... Yeah, this one was, I think, the trickiest one. Other than shifting these around, the only thing I can do is flip a orange down. All I can do there. And then I can turn an orange purple and flip it up there, which is what I did. Then I can drop a purple to there to turn this one black. And I can turn that one black. That's right. Then I can flip that one there. Flip that around. Flip a purple up. Flip that around. Drop it, flip it. There we go. Yeah, the trick of that one's you got to turn one of the oranges purple, and you think you want to turn them all black, but you have to turn one purple first. And then this one, I remember, I don't think was too difficult. Yellow always goes up, right? So we have to flip a gray, basically. Flip the yellow down so that it can go get a black one down here. Then we can do that. Oh, that puts the green one in the middle, which is bad, actually. We don't want the green one in the middle. So I might have actually fucked that up. Hang on. We need to flip that down so we can flip the yellow into the bottom so we can make it rise up. We don't want the green in the middle. That's bad. Gray one in the middle is fine. Then, no, then we can stick that there, flip that. That's actually not good. Flip that. Flip that. Flip it back again. Then we can raise it up. Now we have 2 black ones down here. Flip that. Two black ones down here. What was the thing here? There we go. Okay. There's the puzzle again. We did it again. And we still have 12 minutes to hang out and ponder the mysteries of this strange place. Things that I am still working on. Let me go over my to-dos while we wait. What have we done? What have we not done? Okay. I have so many like multiple to-do lists that I've done over time. Tried the Crown and the Throne Room, that didn't do anything. We've done the drafting 9 classrooms, we finished the final exam, so that's good. I still need to try plugging in Castle using the chessboard. I have not done the jackhammer in the root cellar, but I kind of want to. We did call it a day in the antechamber. Did that. That was great. Upgraded the planetarium with the telescope twice. I think I need to do it a couple more times. Okay, my current new to-dos. Aside from the big ones, drafting blue rooms in rank 8, memos in the treasure trove, finding the original copies of Red Prince and a new clue. Again, I don't know how to do those. Upgrading the planetarium with the telescope, we've done that 2 times, there's more times. Figuring out a second order of the angel puzzle. I do need to make another smashy hammer, because I would love to see if I could smash some stuff down here. I doubt it, but I'd love to see if I could. And I could smash through the wall up there with where the castle was, or where it says castle, so maybe. Also, the solarium, I want to check that out. There's something interesting about the solarium. Second order for the angel puzzle, castle. I'm still flummoxed about the aquarium. I think we're done with a new clue, actually. Like, weirdly, I think we might actually be done with a new clue. We solved Bo Lee out of that, and we solved, or at least I think we solved, the XYZ ABC 4 books. Where did I write it down? The routes looked north. Which, That's a little strange to me. But that was a thing. I still have no idea what to do with Route 8, depart, keep left to Tanner Fork, right, dead end, record each stop on the way. Those are Royal Station, Angel Tower, Ares Crossing, Tanner Fork, Oris Train Hall, and dead end. And those numbers are 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13. Whatever that means. I could go back to the safe house. I kind of want to go back to the safe house at some point. Again, and double check if I've missed anything. What rooms, what memos are still interesting to me that I haven't... Yeah, we solved the Nook puzzle. Well, that's great. That was probably the most useful one so far, was the Nook memo. That was the one where I was like, oh my god, we got something out of it. The red memos were created by Kirk Darren, approved by the Baron directly. And it says, arguably the estate's primary security. That is an interesting assertion. The aquarium tank contains a red herring, which was on the hallway tank. In eclipses only appear in the north sky. Again, could just be a clue for INN being a Erajan prefix. Inkwell is not the largest constellation, is huge. And then the Mechanarium one. On the coat of arms, the first two numbers are 1 numeral. The rest are 2 numerals. But CC next to each other, like, how do you read that other than 200? Unless it means... because M is 1,000. Unless they're the letters of the numbers, not actually Roman numerals. Maybe that's it. M is the 13th letter of the alphabet. 13th. I don't know, that seems weird. It's very clearly written in Roman numeral style, you know? Roman numerals. Yeah, it's weird. MCCXIII. The II could just be 2. XI is 11. But CC should be 200. Yeah, that's a weird one for me. That clue doesn't really help me that much, to be honest. Buddy. Still have a couple minutes. Let's see. What other clues do I have that don't have an answer? Castle. And like I said, there's some like mixed up letters. CXET on the cloister statue. CAT cat. 6 or O in the locker. And then of course I space IOO in the Blackbridge Grotto, but none of that fits together right. You know, just looking at it. The other weird thing is I was looking for like more big blue holly symbols, like the one that's on the door in the tunnel. One of the only ones I can find is the one in the gift shop. There's a lot of the holly symbols, but not blue like that. So like the blue door in the tunnel to me is still flummoxing. The aquarium. Is there something in the hallway or the bedroom related to that puzzle? Barren ground. Is there a puzzle in the gemstone cavern? That's a question I have. An open-ended question. And then more missing letters to find. Are there more missing letters? Not red letters necessarily, but missing letters. What to do with train station order? Alright, we have about another minute till 1:30 in game time. About another minute, 30 seconds. Yep, the train station order. In a new clue, the signs spell out. I'll read it again. Route 8, depart, keep left to Tanner Fork. Right, dead end, record each stop on the way. Now, that's the order of the various signs in a new clue when you read them. Mary held up a map. I mapped it out once myself, following those instructions, and they went up from, if you're in the train station map, up from the Royal Station, around to Angel Tower, down to Ares Crossing, to Tanner Fork, to Oris Train Hall, and then around to the dead end, right? That, and then Mary, in the security footage, is holding up a map that mimics that exactly. But what does that do? Where is that information used? I don't know. All right, we're about in the last like minute or so before 1:30 here, so I'm gonna try to pay attention. But I don't know what to do with that information. Where to put that? I have no keys, no gems, no inventory, no coins. There was a constellation in the sky, and we were coming up on 1:30. There it is. $1:30. Okay. Wind. Hmm. Interesting. It's interesting that the north is on the 2, not on the 12. $11.11. Of all the things this could be, like, you could totally brute force this. 130. The routes point north. Does that have to do with this? In eclipse is a northern eclipse. .55 is like northwest. This is an interesting spot. I really hope that if we don't solve this immediately, that this clock stays here. Because if it doesn't, and I have to do this again, that's going to be a pain in the ass. But I assume it probably will. That if we've gotten this... this will be here. Okay, I'm just checking some of the times from the other clock puzzle. The clue in the room. Black. Black key is lying with the last king of 8. castle. Why would this like 3x6 grid be here? That's the same as castle. I can't mark anything on it. But we have a new puzzle solution place, which is good because I was running short on those. 11 west, 2 north, 5 east, 8 south, 11 west. Hi T, thank you for the lurk. See you later. What on earth could you be telling me? Interesting. Been very little about time in this game other than 1:30. Wait, hang on. Nothing happened. That's just the... Like, 1:30 has always been the time. This feels like it might be another, like, end game puzzle, you know? Where I'm just not gonna make much headway until I get some more clues. Why is this castle? Found a new clue, I know. But 1:30 is definitely like the time, you know? And so I think it has the directions are going to be a huge part of this. But where we'll find that information, I don't know. Castle. See, this castle there, no, that's not a coincidence. Six permanent additions. Well, this run was successful doing what I needed it to do, which was to solve in Ares Court where King now lays, etc., etc. How did I get the satellite dish? By plugging the microchips into the sundial. Alright, let me go to security really fast. And I want to log into network. No, but I've had the sundial open for weeks. I don't even remember how long ago I had the sundial opened. Staff services. Okay, no new messages here. I did not know how to do it. I happened to stumble upon it. I was playing around over there. I had the burning glass, and it went, oh look, there's a thing I can touch here, and it torched. All right, let's call it a day here in the break room, so I have a key card for tomorrow. Short run, but we did something cool. Something very cool. Snug little cottage. Yeah, I'm sure at some point there is a clue that points you to that. I just happened upon it.